Okay, everybody. Hopefully, everybody is ready to do some collective reads. We're going to be doing collective reads. We're going to do a few free readings and some light language and some Reiki and a few closing messages. So, if you're looking to get a few cards of guidance, please let me know into the comments. I'm just waiting on my co host Susan, who's just joining right now. All
Hello.
right. Hello, hello, hello.
Mm-hmm.
It's another beautiful day today.
It's what?
I said another beautiful day out there today.
Mm, I
I
don't
think
know.
I think I figured out why I was all my videos in the morning were getting banned. They if I put some special effects in, they let them go. They start
Oh,
promoting them. So I'm just throwing some extra effects in the beginning and the end.
oh, all right. I didn't know
TikTok
that.
is crazy, 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 crazy. So, hello everybody. We're doing our
Mm-hmm.
evening. We're going to do a collective read. We're going to do a few. We're going to pick a few people to get some free questions answered. If you're looking for something a little bit deeper than a question, we do $10. What's blocking love? $10 for messages from your DM, and 20 for a mini. And we can do those right here, right now. $40 for a full reading. That's done later where we'll book some time for it. And also, if you're looking for a light language or Reiki, it's $50 for light language, 55 for Reiki. So uh, please put your questions into the comment window and give us a few seconds here to pick out what we're going to do a collective reading on. And we'll start with a collective read. See
Mm-hmm.
what the energies. I think I'm going to start with
You
the
want to do the
energies
love and
for
I'll
the
do
day.
just, yeah, I'll do some other stuff.
Yeah, I'll do some love too, but I want to get some energies for today. Today is a funky little day. We're at the last vestige of September. We're moving into
Mm-hmm.
October. For those of you who do follow astrology, there is a new moon coming. I believe it's Wednesday, the
Mm-hmm.
second, or is it Wednesday or Thursday? I'm pretty sure it's October
It's
2nd,
Wednesday. Yeah.
and that will be also a solar eclipse. So there's a lot of crazy energies. This is the end of the eclipse season, so it's going to be the ending of all the things that started from the 8/8 portal on. So, Spirit, give me what the energies for the collective is, please. While Susan clears the space and gives us a
Mm-hmm.
clean container.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Spirit's given us a bunch of cards here, so we'll go through them pretty quickly. Uh, Usually, Spirit's not that nice about cards, but they threw me out a bunch. So we have the Angel of Strength. So Spirit's asking us to have a little bit of strength right now. Lots of crazy energies out there.
Mm-hmm.
We have the Goddess of the Moon,
Mm-hmm.
portending of the new moon that's coming.
Mm-hmm.
We have Victory. So victory's coming with this moon. So just be strong. Know that it's coming. We have Hostility. So be careful about some people getting a little bit on the crazy side. Usually it's at the full moon they get crazy, but you might have some crazies coming in for this eclipse and also for the new moon. So just be vigilant for that and don't allow yourself to get swayed by that. Now, our fifth chakra, our throat chakra, is going to be getting activated during this time. Thank you, Heather. We appreciate that. Heather says she truly enjoys us. Um, and we have walking away, right? So there's going to be stuff that you're going to be getting rid of during this point. It's time to walk away from things that no longer serve you. It's time to release them and drop them at the time of the new moon and the eclipse. Eclipses are always about changes. Stay away from indecision. You want to be clear about what you want. Indecision is about fear. So ensure that you are solid in what you want. And the sixth chakra, Archangel Metatron, that's your third eye, right? So we've got our throat chakra and our third eye chakra being activated during this time. But just remember, just because they're being activated doesn't mean you get activated unless you choose to heal. You have to make a choice. things don't just happen because it's a specific time of year. They happen because you make a choice. And that's all
Mm-hmm.
about free will. So make that choice, take one foot, put it in front of the other, and start on your healing journey. So with that, let's see what Susan's got.
Sure. We have. I think Pete asked me. It's fine, Pete. I'll get to you and pull a card for you. We are going to do some freebies right after this collective. So welcome everyone. If you haven't met, this is Larry. It's Silver Fox. He going to be doing some light language. So if you want to wait and hang in, we're just doing a collective. We're going to do a couple of freebies. If you want to pop into the chat, and we'll get to them in a couple of minutes. After we do the collective, and then we will be doing a light language. Larry will be opening up depending on where the energy is. I might be doing a little Reiki, and then we will also be wrapping up for whatever messages we think to wrap it up with. So,
and make sure you like, follow, share, and subscribe. If you look above me, I'm going to point my little finger right there to that little bar. You see how it says 1251? I want to see that get to 1260, maybe 1300 today. So if you guys can start liking, sharing, and following, yes, so we can see that bar move. Okay, and make sure you like both of us.
I'm doing this Intuit Oracle. So what came out is rabbits, new beginnings, desire, timid, a sudden increase of cleverness, so resourcefulness, some of you fertility. So be careful, but there's going to be new ideas coming through. And this is going to be Princess of Water. Mutable signs of water within the next 6 to 9 months. Okay, your intuition, pay attention to your dreams. You're going to get more sensitive as it goes on. So as we got the snowflake, so yeah, confirming this is going to come into the more winter time. Just showing you how unique you are. All right, let's see what we got. Else we got. All right, thanks all for being on. All right, what do we got? Dolphins, peace, harmony. Yeah, so you guys are going to have communication. This peace and harmony is coming in. And a little bit of collaboration. So stay in your joy. So a lot of your soul family is going to be coming in. Pete is going to be one of the first ones since he asked for a card. And then I will be picking 2 to 3 as well as depending. Larry will do the same. He has a different chat on his end as well. So pop it into the chat if you want something answered, and we will get to it in a bit. Yeah, a lot of you dealing with your ego projection, healing from this, or you're dealing with someone who still has a mask on. So you're either trying to put your boundaries up with people around you, or you're being shown to put your mask down if your ego has been protecting you. All right, so that just means step into your authenticity. See what else we have. You're welcome. I don't use these that much because they're hard to shuffle. All right, some of you are going to be called to pick up a book. So if you're getting compelled to some kind of education, knowledge, getting on your spiritual journey, pay attention to whatever you're getting called to right now. Mercury of Messengers of God. Communication, again, communication is going to be coming in. And this could be love for some of you, but this looks like this is more of your soul family coming in to help you on your journey. All right, let me get a couple more, and then we'll get to some questions. Queen of Air. Yeah, some of you are going to get some answers in the next 2 to 4 weeks, as well as it says January to February. So be assertive. You're stepping in your independence. They want you to detach from anything that's pulling you down. You are the star, so step into this role. All right, and then I'll end it with this albatross. A good omen, calm, stamina, baggage. Okay, so this is just says it's a good omen. So this, pay attention to the birds. They're showing you the way.
And thank you, Dana. We appreciate your words, and thank you for liking and following us.
All right.
We love our followers. So whoever does have a question, please put it into the chat. While I am waiting for some questions, I think Susan, you had a question or two on your side.
Yeah, Pete wants me to pull a card. So Pete, I'm going to pull a card right now. It looks like we're going to do the Zodiac 108. Let's see what message Pete needs to hear. All right, Spirit, what is for his best and highest good? All All right, that wanted to come out. All right. Crystal ball. This is a really good one. Intuition, seeing clearly, discernment, your sixth sense, instinct, future planning. So past, present, future. So this is your inner knowing. This is coming online. So pay attention. And on top is within a few days. So as Larry said, I think with this new moon, you guys are going to be getting a lot of new clarity. This is the card that's on top. Let's see what like that light is annoying. You see it? Let me put it down.
Yeah, sometimes they give a little reflection on those shiny cards.
Like it's so fun. Yeah, so that's the card for Pete. Does anyone else have any questions on my side or on Larry's side? We do not see each other's chats. So make sure you're following Larry at Silver Fox Spiritual. He also has extensive light language on his YouTube. I will be getting on YouTube. We both have our prices and everything uploaded, and then you can see on Larry's thing what we're doing tonight. We usually do a couple freebies. You can also get $10 some message from your person or from your higher self, as well as $20 mini and $40 full, which would have to be like scheduled off this live.
Well, that looks good. A little Dunkin' Donuts, nice.
Yeah,
while we're waiting for some questions, we are going to pull a few cards of love. I'm going to pull it from a couple decks here. So 2 cards that Spirit wants everybody to see today. Number 1, commitment, right? So what does that mean? It doesn't always mean that you're going to get an engagement ring, but perhaps for some you will. When you get that commitment, it means that your relationship, if you have one, is moving into the next level, whether that's just being an official boyfriend or girlfriend, whether that's moving in or moving towards a true commitment of engagement and such, or marriage. Also, in this, and if you're single and you're not attached, that means that there's a potential that somebody will come in that has the potential for this. So it's great energy. And the next thing that's coming out is intense. The intensity of a true soul connection includes great highs and lows, right? And so if you take the 2 of these together, that's telling you that whatever is coming in for you has a deep soul connection. Generally, that means that you guys have a really strong soul contract. So that's soulmate, high-level soulmate, divine counterpart, twin flame, however you want to look at it, because it's really just a definition we put around it. It just means a really high-level soul contract where you're in the same frequency with that person. And I'm going to see what other energies want to come through here, Spirit. What else do you want to show us that are in the energies right now? And so a lot of you are in separation right now. Okay, and so that's why I think Spirit is giving you that encouragement. But a lot of you also will be healing some family issues if you choose to do so. And I believe if you do work on your family issues, the 2 things that we just talked about are going to come in. And I'm going to look at the bottom of the deck, which I usually don't do. And the bottom of the deck is let your friends help you, right? So if you're in that place where you're not really sure what's going on, but rely on your friends, they're going to help you guide you to the right spot. And those are the energies of love that want to appear today.
Okay, so we pulled, it is our third eye that's opening. We've got the wheel, so the wheel is turning, so this means luck is turning in your favor. This is collective messages. Look up elephant. This usually means power, wisdom, wise, as well as strength to push through whatever you need to push through. That's in your front of you, and some of you might be getting feathers. These are signs from your guides.
Oh,
so
I saw a feather today. I meant to send you a picture. I walked out this morning, and right there on the floor was a white feather.
There you
so
go.
Yeah, the feathers are coming.
Rose, hi, how are you? Does anyone else have a question other than what we had? Just pop it into the chat. Pete, I wasn't sure if you responded or whether that message hit home, so please let us know. Saying hi.
I see a few lurkers on my side. It's time to get on that keyboard and start typing some questions, because otherwise I'm just going to pull the answers. I'm just going to pull it from thin air, and I'm going to give you the answers like Karnak.
Gotta wait, Larry. Just don't jump in and give them the answers already.
I'm going to be like Karnak on the Johnny Carson show. None of you guys are young or old enough to remember that. He would just hold up an envelope and spit out the answer, and then he'd rip the envelope up and tell you the question.
Rose, thanks for sharing and liking the live. Yeah, make sure you guys are really hitting the like button. All right, Rose is asking a question. Will I find love in the near future? Okay. So yeah, make sure you're liking, sharing, and supporting the channel.
And let's see that bar right above me, the one I'm pointing to. Let's see that move a little bit by sharing a lot of these out and also subscribing because we want to see that go a lot higher.
Yeah,
we
and
spend a lot of time out here trying to help out. We need a little help ourselves, so if you guys wouldn't mind just a little exchange of energy by hitting the subscribe button. And the notify is good because you get to see when we come on live again.
All right, so we're going to answer Rose's question. And the channel song is Wannabe, so there might be some wannabes around you. That's funny. I changed the station, so it's kind of funny. I don't recognize these songs, but I want to change it up. All right, so Rose, will you find love soon? Well, the answer, I knew it was going to be yep. And that's literally what the card was on top, and I shuffled it like 5 times. So you are. So you need to stay positive. There's love out there for everyone. We're going to do the timing, though, because that's really what's important to find out when this might be coming in for you. All right. So
Inquiring minds, we want to know.
Of our own reality. All right, Rose. So really need to turn this around. Start showing yourself that love. So within a couple months, okay, keep going with the flow of life. And it's going to say when you're truly ready. So with anything, the universe can't bring us something in when we are kind of closed off to it, or we think, okay, this is not for me. Okay, then the universe is like, yeah, we're not going to bring it to her. So make sure you're doing positive affirmations. You're staying positive, and you know that whether you're on a twin, hi Barbie, soulmate, whatever, get your mind stuck out of whatever loop you're in, it doesn't matter. The universe will bring what's aligned to you. So whether that's a karmic that you need to teach, that's going to teach you a lesson, whether that's a soulmate that can be a little bit easier, it doesn't mean it's going to be the easy, or, I don't know, stress-free or completely with ease. There's always some things that need to be handled. Or a twin, which is usually putting you onto your spiritual awakening and bringing you back to love and yourself and your spiritual journey. So let's see what else we're going to pull for you, because I'm going to do one of these twin flame tarots. Let's see what you got.
Yeah, and just remember, make sure the door stays open, meaning that you haven't locked it, you didn't tape up the windows, you didn't remove the door handle, because otherwise it becomes a wall. So it's okay to have boundaries, but just don't make them so tough that nobody can get in.
All right, so Rose, this is a card that came out, strength. So they're saying to stay in your strength, okay? But it says strong union, so it's balancing that ego, okay? And then on top, which this is coming out, just reevaluate, okay? Get out of your head right now. You're thinking you missed any opportunities. No, you didn't miss anything, okay? Because wishes are coming true on top. So just trust. The universe is going to deliver it to you. So you can't get stuck on any one person or when, because that's going to put limitations on the universe and what they're bringing in. Okay. So just be very careful of your mind and your subconscious mind talking you out of the love. Okay. There is plenty of people out there. Some of us have multiple soulmates. So even if you're a twin or your kingdom spouse or whoever it is you think of, is they're not choosing you. They have choice in the matter. Plus they might have not chosen to stay on the healing pattern, or they just might not be aligned to you. So keep surrendering and letting go and knowing and trusting that whoever is meant for you will be brought into you. All right, people don't realize we're moving out of that male energy to that female. So it's more about alignment and what your energy is and what your lessons are to be. And then the universe is just going to bring that to you. So yes, September is almost over. We are into October tomorrow. But just know it's coming in the next couple of months. So by Christmas. So stay positive and make sure you're not hiding. You're getting out there as well.
So who has some questions? On my side, it's been very quiet. I got a few people lurking, but nobody's asking any questions. I think it's time for somebody on my side to kind of kick it up a notch, and let's ask a question or two. There's no charge for a single question.
Cookie crumbles on Rose. You're welcome, Rose. Let me know.
I got echo voice.
Yeah, put a question in here. These are free. We're doing a couple free, and then we'll finish it up with some collective as well, as depending on, speak up whatever's going on with you guys, especially since Rose and Pete asked the questions. We'll probably gauge what light language we need to do, depending on that.
So I got a question over here from Jen M. 479. Mickey, our Hunter and I met to meant to reconcile. So let's ask the universe that question. The universe always loves to answer it, and sometimes it answered it in a riddle, or we'll answer it partially. But let's see what the universe wants to say to us about this. So are Hunter and Mickey meant to reconcile? Universe, spirit, can you give us that answer to that question? And can we try to be specific? So Spirit's goofing at us because I asked that question that way, and Spirit said, they got great sense of humor. Don't ever think Spirit is just dry, right? Maybe next month. So it's a maybe, and it's next month. And so let's see what the energies are really looking like for the two of you. I think the fairies need to come out for this one. Let's see what's going on within your energies, because you got a maybe and maybe next month, right? So we're at the end of this month, so it could be very soon. So Spirit, can you tell us what the energies between Mickey and Hunter are, please? And we got 4 cards. That's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see what we got here. So it seems that we're getting you're worthy first, right? So that's the first one. So know you're worthy of that love that you want. But there seems to be some sort of third party interference here. Could be, family, could be another person, it could be work, could be children, could even be the pet sick. You don't know. It's just a third party energy that's kind of getting in the mix. All right. However, Spirit's saying give that person the benefit of the doubt. This is probably not what you think. And lighten up a little bit, right? When you see a holiday, it means change your energy. It means stop focusing on what you're worried about and just be in the present moment and enjoy what's out there. And I'm going to pull an advice card for you as well, from your higher self, because I think you're going to need just a tiny bit of advice here as to what you need to be doing or focusing on at this moment. So Spirit, what is it that Mickey needs to focus on right away? One card pops straight out. And Spirit's saying a wonderful surprise is coming for you. So just be prepared for that surprise. Spirit's not going to tell you what that is, because then it wouldn't be a surprise. And so we're not going to ruin that surprise. Spirit's about to pop on you, but you've got a surprise coming. And I'm going to see when that surprise is coming. Spirit might not tell me that, might goof on me, because that's trying to control the surprise. It's supposed to be a surprise. So when is that surprise? Yeah, Spirit's really busting some chops today. Your wish requires you to pay a huge price. So I'd say lay back and go for the surprise rather than, this is when we're at the, let's make a deal. Do we take the door? Do we take the curtain? I'm saying take the door, right? Mm-hmm. Get the door that's opening for you. Don't wait for the curtain. And I think things will be really good for you. So let us know what that surprise is, and please follow, like, and share our channel. And if you want a deeper reading, reach out to either one of us. We each do deeper readings on that. And if you're looking for a healing, also reach out to one of us for either light language or Reiki. And thank you for asking the question, Jen.
Yeah, right. Thank you for the rose. Thank you for the follow. Yeah, please like, share, follow. We're answering some freebies. We did a little bit of a collective. Larry will be doing some light language if you want to stay on, as well as I'll do a little bit of Reiki, and then we'll finish up with a little bit of collective, depending on what we feel, or a message to send you off with. So we'll each do at least one more question on either side. So let me know if there's anyone who has a question they want to pop into the chat, and we will answer it.
Yeah, like, follow, share, and subscribe. If you want to donate, we love donations, because that's how we pay for our bills. At this point in time, put food on the kids' table, etc. But let's see what questions you guys have. Let's pop it in before we start doing a light language. I'm going to try to figure out what the energies are telling us to do for light language today. I still haven't tuned into it yet, but I'm going to.
Harry, do you have any questions? Sherry, will I feel better soon? Ray is, I'm an empath. Okay. And then you said, okay, what was your question? I'd love to see what you all have to say about a few things. Well, it's one question. So if you're an empath, Larry, I'll I'll have Larry pull that for you, Ray, and then I will answer Sherry's. Sherry, will I feel better soon?
Okay, so what does Ray
So
want?
Ray wants to know. He's an empath. He just wants you to pull a card for him. See what he.
Okay, so let's see what I get drawn to.
Yeah.
Let's see which one we have. I have so many cards to pull.
All right. So Sherry, I'm getting like a yes and a no. So you need to really get in your mind. Okay, so we're the creators of our own reality. So you really need to get in your mind that you will feel better soon. Okay, so start doing some affirmations. If you DM me, I have one on health. So I'm not sure what you're dealing with, but just know in our mind's eye, if you envision yourself and your body healing, or I can do a little Reiki on you to make sure we clear up whatever it is that you have going on. But just know it starts within your mind and it goes from there. Let's see what I'm going to pull a card for you though, real quick. What's going on with your healing? No, we're going to do the wisdom ones. All right, what's going on with Sherry? What does she need to know? All right, and then Larry's going to work on Ray's. Okay, what do we have? Truth be told, okay, flexibility for you, Sherry. So let's see, flexible, teachability, open-mindedness, being adaptable without compromise, what's most important. So it's basically saying you're becoming too rigid. So you loosen up to access the growth and the untapped potential to find yourself in versus the scenario. So loosen up. So they're really asking you to be a lot more flexible. And this is more with your mindset. Okay. So there's a lot of 3D causes for whatever ailments that are coming into our life. And it's about releasing those emotions. So sometimes it can be simple as releasing some kind of negativity that's in your mind that you're holding on to. So just, pneumonia. Okay. So we might have Larry work on his language around that. Okay, got one. What's going on? Oh,
Okay.
Ray's asking about some lady in his life, I think. So let's see
Okay,
what Larry's
a
pulling.
lady in his life. Okay, let's see what's going on with the lady in Ray's life.
What else you got too?
Yeah, so Ray, just keep that person in your mind for a second, and I'm going to get a couple cards. First, I'm just going to look at the energies between the two of you, and then I'm going to see what the situation is. All right, so Spirit, what's the energies between Ray and this person in his mind? Please connect me to that mind for a second. All right, so Ray, first thing that came out was lasting love, right? So this person in your mind, there is love for you, from you, and at the same time, there is something called divine timing, the thing that we, like, as humans dislike the most. And why do we dislike it the most? Because we can't control it. It has to flow, it has to happen, and the more we try to control it, then what happens is it starts to kind of slow down, right? And why does it slow down? Because we're trying to control while the universe is trying to fix things up, because we're making decisions based on fear, not based on the fact that we know that divine timing is at play and it's going to happen. What's meant for you is always going to find you no matter what. It just may take longer if you try to control it. So with that, what's the situation? Give me 2 cards. Spirit, 2 cards, one more. Okay. So what's with that is there's a codependency. Somebody's got codependent obsession, possession, control, emotional blocks, right? And we got to be careful about codependency. Codependency is really self-worth. It's abandonment, rejection, inner child wounding, and when we have that, we don't feel worthy enough to have that love, and we're afraid, right? It's always a fear base, right? We're afraid that, whatever we're holding on to too tight, because we're afraid it's going to run away, or they're afraid they're going to see us for who we are. And so you have to kind of release a little bit of that, go in and do some inner child healing, addiction healing. And the last one is seduction, teasing, hooking up, date, third-party temptation. And somebody's playing around with some third-party energies here, which also is somebody who's healing. So let me know if that kind of resonates a little bit. and I'm going to see what's blocking it. I'm going to see, I'm only going to look at what your energy is doing that's blocking it, because, when we're in divine timing, we're in divine timing for a reason, because we're basically, our own soul is telling us, hey,
Mm.
buddy, time out, because you're really starting to self-destruct this relationship. So before you really do so much irreparable harm, I'm going to stop it, and it stops it. And then hopefully you can rebuild back. And that's generally why you get separation, so you can heal the situation that's causing you to act with trauma. So, Spirit, give me maximum 2 reasons why things are being blocked. I said 2, Spirit, so I'm only going to take the first 2 that popped up that are face first.
Mm.
And actually, I'm not going to take them. I'm going to make Spirit really just narrow it down to 2, because I won't accept when a Spirit gives me a pile. That just means there's a lot of energy inside of this. So, Spirit, what is going on with the block? That's better. 1 and 2. All right. So one of the problems is somebody's pretending to be a lone wolf. Are you really a loner, or are you afraid of loving somebody who could hurt you, right? And that's generally what the lone wolf is. It's somebody so afraid that their heart is going to get broken because it's been broken so many times and trampled on and trodden on, that they just pretend to be alone, and they're moving out of their space, right? The other one's expectations, right? When you expect too much, no one measures up. Ditch your list, want what's real. And so what this is also telling you is that, be realistic about your goals, be realistic about your expectations. Expectations lead to disappointments. So rather than expect, allow, right? And it's a difference. Expectation means you have something set in your mind and you locked it in, and well, that may not be how it's going to present itself. And because it doesn't present itself the way you have envisioned it, is where it starts to create a block. So let me know if any of that is making sense. And if it does, please like, follow, share, and subscribe.
He said he definitely can hear you loud and clear. Yeah, absolutely. And I pulled some while he was doing it. So when you're saying empath, it's more of like a divine masculine, divine feminine. So yeah, divine feminine's coming out. They're asking you to really balance your energies right now, okay? Because one or both of you, if we're mirroring each other, are having some insecurities, okay? So you're both battling your egos right now. You both know who's the right one for you. This does see that union will be in your future. There is always a plan B, because Archangel Michael's always watching over these. But no, there are secrets. There is a runner, so that means there's a fear of intimacy with these stronger connections. So be aware of that. There's our abandonment wounds, and usually some inner child healing, like Larry said. Okay, this person will be coming back. So if you're a true twin, they will keep coming back. So keep surrendering that you guys are both really in this healing period. So you need to focus on yourself. Can't be disappointed if don't expect. And yes, sir, makes perfect sense. Okay, these are lessons. Okay, so twins are usually lessons to bring us back to ourselves, to keep refocusing it on ourselves. So keep working on yourself, and you will be aligned, and keep surrendering it. Okay, right. So you might need a little bit of vacation time, or they're giving you this rest time to really focus on what you want. If that person can't leave your thoughts, then usually that is a pretty strong twin. Just be aware of the lesson that it's trying to teach you, and what it's showing you, because it's all a reflection of what you need to heal within yourself. So
yeah, it's a mind loop, and the mind loops they get there because we're so obsessive. It's a trauma, right? And the trauma happened whenever it happened. It could be this lifetime, could be many lifetimes, and that trauma is what keeps us mind looping, and what we have to do is heal that core trauma. So it seems like you've got some abandonment, rejection wounds. Best thing to do is work on those inner child healing. You go to my site on YouTube, Silver Fox Spiritual. I have inner child healing. I have tons of stuff for abandonment and rejection wounds. If you can get to the core of it by just setting an intention to yourself to try to find out where that sits in your body, that's also going to help you figure out how to release it, right? And so it all starts with intention. And thank you, Venus, for sending the heart. I appreciate that. So does anybody on my side have any questions before we go into some light language? I have two ideas on light language. I might do both. They're two
Okay.
totally opposite things, but I have a feeling it's going to help a lot of people.
Well, I think we can focus on whatever healing because Sherry was on here. Yes, ma'am. I felt the exact same thing. Yes, there are many childhood traumas. Well, yeah, just keep bringing it back. And when you say you can't get disappointed if you don't expect things, yes, but there's detaching and there's really surrendering completely and knowing that your person, no matter what, is coming into you, as well as not taking out on the other person, that they're on their own healing journey, and they're there to just show you, to help you on your path. So whether they're going to be the person on the other end towards the end when they're in alignment, or whether they choose the path or not, is really up to them.
Yeah, Venus, I'll
Fear,
get to your question in a second after Susan's done, and then I'm going to add a
yeah,
couple things on what Susan was saying about detachment as well. She's
yeah. He said
100% correct.
he's saying fear of hurting others. You can't be fearful of hurting others, but it's just having compassion for everyone's
Right.
on their journey. So it's not going out of your way, because you'll get karma for that.
Right, and hurting others is really, are they getting triggered, and why are they getting triggered? Are they getting triggered because you behave poorly and only you can judge whether you've behaved poorly, or are they triggered because it's something they see in themselves that they're not willing to face? So you really have to look at self for everything, and not really so worry about how people react to whatever it is, because at the end of the day, you can't really hurt anybody unless you're like punching or kicking them. From a standpoint of being hurt, they're being hurt because they're being triggered, and they're being triggered. Maybe you said something unkind and that triggered them, but you need to look in yourself and say, did I do something unkind? And if I did, then you need to go in and heal whatever that is that you did that wasn't kind. And so that you feel good within yourself, they're going to have to feel good within themselves about whatever it is, right?
Yeah,
And it's a fine line between detachment. The thing is that don't try to rein in the outcome by focusing
yeah.
on a single focal point. Like Susan said, there's many other opportunities out there for you, and if that's a person that you want, you can say, okay, I want this person. However, I'm open to other people, and by having both of these paradigms in your life, spirit can bring stuff open, but you have to have enough room in your heart to allow for both possibilities to happen, which means you need to release them both.
Well, and here's the thing: you cannot worry about the other person's journey, because you're being put in them to trigger them, and they're being put to trigger you. You can't control and withhold whatever that person's journey in, or you're slowing it down on their end. So be aware of that. So even if whatever it is, that's God's way of saying you need to trigger this person to their healing. So it's triggering something in them. Okay. So it's not, as long as your intention is not there to do it on purpose, then it's a healing and it's on their job or their side to be triggered. So it is what it is. You can't slow it down, and it's meant to help them on their path. So what doesn't hurt you is what we gain and how we get stronger. So these are not easy journeys. So just be aware of that,
All right, so
but also have
Venus,
compassion.
let's take a look at what's going on between you and Chi. Are things over, universe? Are things over with Venus and Chi? And the
Mm,
universe is saying,
mm.
believe it, right? So the universe is saying yes, and
Oh,
that
wow.
believe it seems to, when universe says that, it seems to tell us that that really wasn't that good for you. So let's see what's going on. What's
You're
going on in your
welcome.
energy? What's coming in for Venus? Because when one goes out, another one comes in. It's just like Ariana Grande says. Thank you, next, right? So let's see what's next. Spirit,
Let the door hit you on the
show
way
us what
out.
Ariana Grande has given us here for today. Thank you, next. And so I'm seeing you're getting guided steps to love, and it could possibly be your best friend. So that's what I see coming in for you, Venus. Let me know if any of that makes sense. And I want to see when it's going to come in. As long as you don't ask when, it's okay if I do, because I'm not controlling it. And Spirit saying December of this year at dusk.
Nice.
So
Mm,
there's something coming in for you. It's going to be better than what you had, because it's time to let that old energy go, and
mm.
let's bring in the new stuff. Right, bring it in new with almost a new year. Maybe a new uh, person for the holidays. Wouldn't that be great?
There you go.
So
Oh, peace in the
With
world. Love it.
with that, like, follow, share, subscribe. If you guys are looking for any deeper readings, these are some light readings here. We give you a little bit of light guidance, but if you really want to get in deep and really understand, what it is that you can heal, what it is that is blocking you in the path that's trying to get you to your abundance, we can work on that. And also we can help you start energetically to heal whatever it is that is blocking your abundance. Because a lot of times it's just energies that we no longer resonate with us, or it's a trauma that just needs to be released, but we have to get to it.
Ray, you're welcome. Sherry, how much is that? What do you mean? How much is what? The like a light language or a Reiki session or like a reading?
And so for most of the readings, if you can, I don't know if you're looking on a phone, it's probably hard to read with two screens going, but it's $10 for what's blocking love, $10 for messages from your DM, $10 for messages from your higher self, $20 for a mini read, and we can do those mini reads right here and now. And it's $40 for a full read. And for light language, it's $50 for a single light language personal healing. And for Reiki, it is $55. And that's also done for you personally.
So Ray's asking on YouTube, you are Spiritual Fox, right?
Yes.
Silver Fox Spiritual on YouTube.
Yes.
And then I am Susan Molyneux, 88848.
Just look for the logo behind me. I'm just going to move my picture. If you look for the logo behind me, that's the one you're going to know. I have two channels up there. One is kind of like a mirror for this, for people who can't get to TikTok because they're not allowed to. And the other one is focusing on the healing.
So if anyone's pulled to listen to us or getting messages, it's usually you're in alignment and you're being called to move along your journey, and you probably need either Larry's light language or some Reiki or some help with your alignment and moving forward. So just make sure you're paying attention to whatever you're getting pulled to that's helping you heal some of these emotions or along your journey. It's your conscious is pushing you in the direction of your healing.
And so with that, do we have any more questions? I'm going to put the last call for questions in for a little bit, and then we're going to do a light language activation. I think we're going to work on some inner child healing with abandonment and rejection wounds. I think that we're seeing a lot of that in there. And then if you're one person with the pneumonia is there, I can add a little something at the end. I'll do a small second one just to try to clear a little bit of that up. Pneumonia, you really have to go to the doctor and get that looked at because it's life-threatening. Yeah,
absolutely. Angela, we'll get to your question when Larry's done with the light language.
Okay, so if we have, you got a question from Angela, do you want to do it first or do you want to do the light language?
Okay, we can do that first. Let's see what she said. Yeah. Is Miguel in love with me? All right, let's see.
There's a lot of Miguels out there getting that question.
Is there a lot of Miguel?
Yeah, I've seen about 4 or 5 with Miguels on
like in Spanish.
Yeah.
Bringing me back to my Spanish days. It says more time is necessary. It's a spirit. Hold on. There's something going on. We might have to pull out what's going on with Miguel.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's still in love with you, but he's not wanting it to come out. So he's not wanting you to know it. All right, let's see what's going on with Miguel. Something funky's going on. So what is blinded by love? Let's see what's going on with Miguel. What is he trying to hide? And why? Inquiring minds want to know. What is going on with Miguel? Can you tell us? Ooh, all right, let's see what turned over. All right, he wants a fresh start with you. He is watching you. No matter the current situation, the love I feel for you is eternal. So there's some love there, but he's definitely going through some healing. So he looks like he's going through a wake-up call, a test of faith right now. So just bear with him right now. He's trying to figure things out, but he definitely loves you. So Yeah, just make sure you're loving yourself right now and know that this is both of you time for a little bit of healing for this to come together. So focusing on you is going to bring it in faster, and then focusing on him. Let him focus on himself. Okay.
And
It's
so
all
this is
of
what I
you.
picked for her as well. Picture. So we're both in sync. We're both reading the same energies. He's looking over, and he's keeping an eye. He's looking at reminiscing. And at the same time, we also got the same information again. The dragonfly. What is the dragonfly? The dragonfly is a symbolic of change, healing, metamorphosis. So going from player, the little worm that's running around everywhere, over to that nice flying creature that embodies the
Mhm.
dragon and embodies the change. So
Mhm.
patience is needed. However, uh, as Susan says, when you see that, it means it's time for you to focus in and heal. Most likely, the light language I'm going to be doing, which is the abandonment, rejection, wounds, inner child healing, is going to be helpful. It's always helpful in relationships because that's where we all falter. Because as children, we get shown so many toxic behaviors, and we learn those toxic behaviors because we perceive things. Mommy didn't give me my popcorn when I wanted it, and daddy was never home because he was always working, or the other way around, right? And so when we don't get things that we want, we feel we're being abandoned. First day of school, right? How many kids are crying and screaming because they're feeling abandoned by their parents, right? And so we need to heal from those experiences because that's trauma, right? You may not seem like big trauma, but it actually is very traumatic to a young child. And it's just an embodiment of trauma that you've gone lifetime over lifetime over lifetime, that you start up as a child and you start building it up even worse and worse as you get to be an adult. So for today's healing, try to keep it nice and short with the description. We're going to work on abandonment and rejection wounds, inner child healing. This may bring up some emotions. Just allow them to come up. You can choose to receive this, or you can choose not to. All you have to do is say, I choose not to receive, and you will not receive. You choose to receive, you will receive, and you will only receive what is meant for you at this now moment, not what's not meant for you. Your teams will filter everything else that's not meant for you. So we're going to set the intention to have our higher self be in here. You listen with your heart, not your ears or your brain. You will not understand it. Higher self outside of polarity, frequency of love. We want to heal whatever's presenting itself with inner child, abandonment wounds, rejection wounds. We want to clear all that's not serving us anymore, release it, and heal with the frequency of love. My higher self, I'm calling you in to pull the codes down for everybody who's listening or watching in a replay. Shapa ya pa ne lu shapa pa ya ra pa ye pa o pa ru shu pa ye ya pa o hu pa ni pa pa ya pa o hu pa ya yi sha pa yin pa ru hu pa we pa 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 o ya pa 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 o hu no ma ni pa pa ya pa we pa pa ya pa o hu pa ha pa yi hu bo hu pa ni he pa yu shu pa pa e pa o hu po ju pa ni pa i shi shi pa pa o hu pa ya ha pa u po u shi 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 pa hu shu pa ya pa hu shu nu pa ya pa u pa i shi 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 pa u shu pa ye pa u hu pa ya pa u shi sha pa u hu po pa hu shi 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 pa u hu pa u hu pa ya pa ne pa i shi shi pa u hu po. All right, so hopefully that will help. And now for the person that is who was the one that had some pneumonia?
I think Sherry.
Hey, Sherry, if you're still there, just say hello real quick so Susan can tell me that you're still on. And if you are, I'll pull down some quick codes for you to give you a little bit of relief and maybe a little faster healing on the pneumonia. But please keep seeing a doctor. We don't want to have you just rely on this because you really do need to see doctors for pneumonia.
Mm-hmm. Let's see if she's still on. I mean, I was going to just do the third eye with the Reiki or the tuning forks, but
yeah,
see.
third eye came in with the energies as well. So.
I don't know whether she's on.
All right. Well, she's on. She comes on later. I'll do it for her later. But there's also I do have some pneumonia and some other healings already there on my channel. should kind of help clear that out. I have stuff for sinuses and all sorts of respiratory issues.
All right.
I get that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people get ascension symptoms.
Let's give her some time to see if she's hopping back on. There's 3 people. All right. And then we're going to do, so let that sink in with you if you're releasing or burping or anything. And we're going to do a tuning fork for the third eye. So this is going to open up this eye right here, which is just going to open up your intuition a little bit more. And so you can get more of your messages, have a little bit clearer thoughts. But some of you need to be grounding and going out and meditating a little bit more. All right, let's see. And then I'm going to pull some messages from these love oracles and see what's going on.
And let us know how you received the light language. If you were listening and you did accept it, let us know how you experienced it in the comments.
Yeah, I wanted to see if we're getting any. Something turned over. What turned over? Or maybe it didn't turn over. Yeah. Oh, wow. The one that turned over is the dragonfly. Let's see. So recurring messages. So the dragonfly, you guys they want you to be more lighthearted, okay? Everything that's coming to light. This is why the third eye, if you're starting to see these, okay? I've been seeing dragonflies for about a month now, as well as feathers. So the change is here, as well as it's time to heal. All right. So self-indulgence. They want you to really focus on self-worth, time to heal. Yeah, shadow work, self-appreciation. So that is confirming everything that Larry pulled up. And then we are going to, let's see. So if any of you are familiar with Reiki or tuning forks, it's just a frequency, just like Larry's light language. So all you have to do is really listen to it. And your body will know how to release any of the emotions that are being tied to that specific chakra. Okay. So, hello. All right, here we go. So this is for your third eye. Fifth one's a charm. I can feel that one clearing. All right, so I can feel the kind of tingle in your head. So just see how you're feeling after the light language and that, and see, make sure you're drinking a lot of water. Make sure you're paying attention to your body. A lot of you guys are going to be called to eat more healthy, detox your body. You are getting lighter and eating lighter foods. So that is all part of the spiritual awakening, as well as your messages and signs. So pay attention to what you're getting and messages. And then if you're in alignment with us, then you're probably going to want to be on some of our lives to get the messages that are coming through for you and your journey.
And also mark your calendars for 11/11, that weekend, whatever the weekend is, or if it's, let me see what day that is, 11/11. Let's get a calendar up.
October, so that is a Monday. So we'll probably do it, the Sunday night?
It's November, not October 11th.
Yeah, November 11th.
Yeah, what is it, a Sunday? So
it's a
probably
Monday.
Monday, yeah. So we'd probably be doing the Sunday night to take advantage of those energies on the 10th. And it's still a 111 anyway at 11, 10, 11, 11. Yeah, so there are going to be good some energies. And so what we're going to do is we're going to focus on soulmates, divine counterparts, twin flames. We're going to try to bring those energies in, because 1111 is the general accepted symbol for the twin flame. It is a big twin flame portal. 1010 starts it, and 1111 finishes that portal up. And then the next big one is going to be 222. But that's where we're going to have a group healing. So mark your calendars. Usually we do it around 4 or 5 in the afternoon, so it doesn't like kill your entire day, and it also makes it at a point where people from all over the world can join. So mark your calendars. It will be a group healing, and it will be donation based.
Absolutely. So we're at 9:30. So I'm going to pull the angel number for 9:30, which is You have God-given healing talents, and you are being encouraged to share them with the world in order to experience an increased sense of purpose. So a lot of you are getting called to step into your purpose. So make sure you're trying to open up, clear out your chakras, listen to Larry's light language for whatever it is you feel like you are trying to heal. That will help with any of that. Don't get too many readings, but do get a little bit of help during your journey, because everything is within you. And you also have to use discernment with who you're following too. Just be careful. There's not everyone that wants to help you on your journey. People can take your energy too if you're not using your discernment. Okay, so not everyone on the spiritual path is of love and light. If they're not addressing their shadow sides, if they're not feeling at ease with you, then know that if you're getting any kind of ick feeling or fear-based feeling, then I would move away from whatever it is you're paying attention to.
Yeah, and be careful from people who tell you they're going to fix everything in one go, and all of a sudden all your karma is going to go away. You're going to be fully ascended. It only costs you $1,000 or $2,000 to do. It's wonderful. Like they always attach themselves to the angel numbers of $111 or $222 for a read. We all got to make money, right? And I get the energy exchange, but let's not be ridiculous, and also let's set proper expectations. Healing is a lifelong journey, and so yes, while things should cost what they should cost, right? And sometimes we do things a lot more inexpensive because like these readings right here that you see up on my screen, they're there to help you out, because it's not going to break the wallet. It's going to be about what you would pay at a Starbucks or even a Dunkin' Donuts for 2 coffees and a donut, right? It's got to be like $40 now, right? And with that, you get a full reading, which is probably close to an hour, where you're one-on-one with a reader, and we're going to look at the energies and we're going to move back and forth. But when somebody says something that's too good to be true, it is too good to be true. You have to remember that even with the light language, it's not magic. It's just helping you. It's basically speaking to your body in a frequency, so your body knows the frequency to heal itself, right? You're doing your own healing work. We don't do any work that heals anything. What we're doing is we're activating your body by creating the frequencies and bringing in the codes that are required for your body to do what it needs to do. And sometimes you just forgot the codes, or you're missing the codes, and we bring them in for you. But you're going to have to do a lot of it. It's not going to be one and done. I can't tell you how many times sessions I've had all over the place. And I can answer how you can use discernment in a second. It looks like she just has an icon of the sun as her name. That's kind of cool. I like that. And it peels layers, and we have billions and billions of lifetimes worth of trauma that need to be peeled away layer by layer. And as you get one layer up, another layer comes up. And Susan says this a lot in our things, and I'm going to reiterate what she says, which is that you may think you've revisited and healed everything with abandonment and rejection, and then bam, pow, all of a sudden that shit comes up like a volcano, and you're crying and bawling your eyes out in a fetal position. Why did that hit me? I thought I healed it. Not what you did, but now it's time to get a deeper look at what else needs to come up, because you pulled so many layers out. You did a great job. We're going to clap our hands, because when you get into those little spaces, it feels super uncomfortable. But guess what? That means you're releasing a lot, which is making more space. And so, yeah, it may be uncomfortable. It's the storm before the calm. And that's generally what happens with spiritual. It's not the calm before the storm. It's the storm before the calm. And then you're calm for a little while, and then boom, pow, you get hit again. And I don't care how far there is that you get, you're always going to, the highest vibrational people I know are also getting hit with the same stuff, because we're still all healing. If we're healed, we're not here. We're not in the 3D. We exit out. Bye-bye. We're out of this game. So we're all still healing. The two of us are still healing. And, we just trying to help you along the journey with some of the things that we've done. And then, so I have 2 questions here, and I'm going to let Susan answer a couple as well, because we both have interesting ideas on each of them. So how do you use discernment? And so from a discernment perspective, my take on it is, you look at your body, you look at your intuition. How do you feel? How is your body leaning forward? Is it leaning backwards? Are you feeling anxiety inside your body? Because your body's your best meter. It's going to tell you the truth because it's you. And sometimes you use your intuition. So if you can connect to your highest self is going to tell you the truth. I don't rely on, mediums or people that channel collectives and stuff like that. Why? Because they're still inside the polarity system, which means that there's part dark, part goods. So a lot of it's distortion, and so, but the stuff that you get from inside yourself is not going to be distortion. And then the last bit is: do you really believe spells are actually real, or is it a gimmick on here as well? So spells are only given the power that you give to them. And so, what are spells really? Spells are your subconscious mind, right? The part of you that is doing all sorts of shit. Like if you knew what your subconscious was doing and manifesting, you'd be so appalled, because even though Mother Teresa has her positive side, but her subconscious is filled with all that trauma she hasn't healed, and it's making contracts after contract after contract to do things and attacking people in the back end. And why is that happening? Because it's trauma that hasn't been healed. And so that subconscious is making a contract with somebody else's subconscious to allow them to take your power or to give you some power or something back and forth. But it's all things that you allow or not allow. And how do you get out of it? You have to heal your way out of it, right? You have to get to the root trauma and take that subconscious mind of yours back from it running amok, because right now it's on autopilot. And, it's creating all these little disasters around you because it's trying to show you what you need to heal. And if you can't get into what you need to heal and pull it back, it's going to keep doing it. So I know it's a little bit of a rant, but from your perspective, they could be very real because your subconscious is allowing it. And as it allows it, well, guess what? You're going to get affected. So you have to take control of that. I know Susan wants to jump in on a whole bunch of those levels. So
Okay.
I want to give her.
You're answering it well. No, I mean,
Yeah.
I concur, and it's just we each have our own discernment. Is really how you feel about things. It's your intuition. It's your gut feeling. It's like if your hairs are standing up, or like if I'm paying attention to someone and I feel that fear based, I hop off of it. It's where you are on your journey. There's no right or wrong. It's your own compass. But just trust it, because as you learn on the journey, you'll start to start being swayed towards switching people to follow and all that kind of stuff. As far as we're always creating, we are the master manifestors. So once you realize that you're creating your own problems and your subconscious is creating it and you're in your own way, you really have to always bring it back to yourself. And Larry and I have been on this over 10 years. No one's further along, or I should say, judgment wise. Don't ever judge anyone. We're all on our own path at different stages, but some of us have done this in different lifetimes. So we're here to hold the space for you, and our energy is healing as it is. We're also helping with the light language and the Reiki, but we've also, we only learn from our life lessons, and we've dealt with some narcissists, and we've had some definite pain along our journey. So all that makes us smarter and wiser, as well as all the people that we followed along the way, good or bad. So just make sure you're using that and doing the best you can, and that's all you can do. But don't ever get too worried too. Yes, protection is a good thing, but fear is fear. So if you think something's bad for you, it's going to be bad for you. If you think something's good for you, it's going to be good for you. So, I have those people that are like crazily putting themselves in like a crystal grid or like a crystal circle. You can't be in that fear.
They're just tools.
Power to something else that's outside of you. And once you realize you're stronger than anything you come in contact with, you just take your power back. Don't give it your power.
Yeah, and like Susan says, it's all intention based, and just remove the intention for it to be bad, and put the intention for you to heal that and bring it to your awareness. And as you stay with it, it's a great thing. And those are great questions that you've asked. I only see Sunshine there. I don't know what your real name is if you want to type it in there, but those are great questions, because we get asked a lot of that many times, and many people get, there's a lot of scammers out there that are going to jump into your DM and they're going to say, hey, I see you got a voodoo curse on you, or your ancestors are screaming and they want you to get a read. And, when somebody jumps in your DM and says, hey, you need a reading, your ancestors told me, the next thing you need to do is click the delete button and, banish them out to
you can bring your ex back, and that's when I say, hell no, that door slammed.
Exactly. And so just that's part of discernment as well. And as you come into the path, that's the first thing that happens is everybody gets whacked into one of those readings from somebody out in Africa
Yeah.
that's got something to say, and they may or may not get it right, but the idea is that if you want a reading, you need to actively go out. No card reader is going to force you to do a reading nor tell you to. We're just going to put our advertisement up here. You know where to find us. We're out here all the time, and you send us a note, and then we'll respond. But we're not going to jump in the DM. And if you see either one of us jump in your DMs, it's a fake account. That's not us, because we don't play that game. As Homie said, homie don't do that. And
Well, spells, you have to be careful with what karma. So if you're doing it for money, for other things, but you cannot go against someone's free will. So make sure you're doing it for the highest good of whatever. If you're trying to call someone back that's not your real person, you can get karma for that. So be
sure
aware of
can.
doing spells against people's free will.
Yeah, and just remember the spell only works if they're complicit at a subconscious level, and a lot of times that's where the spell work comes in. I steer clear of all that stuff anymore. Like when I first started, I used to play with the candles and stuff like that. You know what? Nothing ever good came out of it, and at the end of the day, you just kind of float away from it. Some people use it, but it's tools for intention for the most part, and intention is what creates your reality. So I have a question from Violetta. Violetta, how are you doing today too? And she says, why do I randomly become afraid of my friend Elsie? She wasn't even in the room. So yeah, I don't know why, but we could, it's probably something going on with the energies with you and her. Do you feel when she's in the room that you are kind of feeling drained or kind of just in a downer, and when she leaves the room that all of a sudden you kind of pep up?
Hmm.
And is she still in the same house, or is it just because something went on with Elsie? I mean, because potentially you just maybe your intuition saying, hey, she's not in a good place and she's got some bad energies going in. Right. So I can pull a card and I get some advice from your higher self. What do you need to do, Violetta? What do you want to tell Violetta? Cards. Ooh, one popped right out. And Violetta, what I get is protect what you love. It's your duty and responsibility. So perhaps what you want to do is just set an intention around yourself. If you want to, go to my Silver Fox Spiritual, I have a whole bunch of things around, protection, a lot of light language that's going to help you set that intention and get the codes to keep it out there. But you really should just envision yourself inside of a white bubble, like a white light or a gold light bubble that comes from inside of you that engulfs you in your own energy, and see if that goes away, because maybe she's got like a negative attachment or something going on with her right now, and you're just sensitive enough to feel it.
Yeah, and I just pulled a card from these angel guides, and I put it back, and it came up twice. So forgiveness and understanding, okay?
Yeah.
So a lot of people project whatever it is, so they could be jealous, whatever. They're projecting some of their negative energy. So just be aware, like Larry said, protection first, but forgiving and understanding as well, is that they're projecting. So it's their issue. Make sure you're leaving it with them and not to worry about it, not to live in fear, okay? So whatever it is they're trying to throw at you, that you're stronger, and know that you can put that protective bubble around you, okay?
Yeah. So I got a couple questions here too. So can you get a reading? Will Lily and Don reconcile? So I'm hoping that one of you is Lily or Don, because I don't like to do readings on people that aren't in their energies. So
Okay.
let's just assume that you are. Will Lily and Don reconcile? And Spirit saying proceed, right? So yeah, it looks like it's in the cards. I'm going to pull a timing one just because. And then I have one from Just Horsing Around. And Susan, can you pull that one's from Kelly? Will Nick and I be friends again? Okay,
Sure.
and let's see the timing for Lily and Don. Spirit, are you willing to give us anything? Spirit threw shit at us. So Spirit's saying what's going to go, when the timing is going to be during the celebration of New Year's Day, when you hit a pinnacle, and a few months later. So it seems around the New Year's Eve is when you're you're going to look at that reconciliation. Maybe you guys will be right when the ball drops.
Ooh.
So,
I
son,
got
that's
yeah.
our read. And so,
I
Kelly,
got yeah.
Susan's got yep for you and Nick to be friends again.
All right. What do I got?
And so don't forget to like, follow, share, and subscribe to the
Absolutely.
channel. If you got a reading, I'm not seeing my little thing up there. My little bar hasn't moved that much. I only got one. I need a few more of those subscribe. So make sure you hit the
Absolutely.
subscribe button, put the notification up, and at the same point, donations are greatly appreciated. And reach out if
That's
you want a
what.
deeper read.
Yeah. Do you have any more on that side, or I'm going to do like one from our higher self?
Bring some higher selves, and I think people need a little help from the higher selves.
All right, Heather. Oh, I was throwing a question. Will Sean message me? All right, Heather, we'll do that right after the higher self. So, what do you need to know? What message from our higher self for who's on here?
And son, don't do any love spells. They never turn out well, and it's only gonna create other issues. Stop controlling. Spells are about controlling. Don't control. Love can't
All
be
right.
controlled.
So your higher self is saying, become the light, okay? Become a source of light. You are a natural healer born to bring through new healing methods and whatever areas you choose to work in. So some of you are just getting called to step into your purpose and become healers. And then on top is the little things. Find the little things in your everyday life that make you happy. And one day you'll realize that these are all big things. So this is just being grateful for all the little things in your life. So what are you grateful for? And then step into your power. Start realizing your gifts and what you were given, and know that they are real. All right, so then let's get to Heather had a question.
And
Yes, your
thank you,
higher self
just
is your
horsing.
oversoul. What's basically running the game down here? Okay, this is technically how, if you want to think about it, we need to bring ourselves into that peaceful mind state, so we are into that heaven state. Okay, which is in our mind. So just know that. So that means you need to ignore all the fear stuff that's going on here. That was a real slap in the face.
Yeah, and like I say, don't worry about these witch doctors. I told a witch doctor in Africa one time. Long story short, I basically told him to go F himself, and I'm still here.
Okay, so no doubt he's going to message you. So let's figure, but it's saying it's not right now. So let me see what timing wise on when he's going to message you. Yeah, I think I used to get tons of messages to join the wrong side many times. I've been getting lots of job opportunities with record labels because you know that they're not on the up and up. So
yeah.
Yeah, just be aware whatever's going on. All right, so Heather, let's see what we can find timing. All right, so this says within a couple weeks. All right, so hang in there. Sean will message you. It is going to be within a couple weeks.
Yeah, and Charlotte's wondering what are the next steps to take regarding my career. Now, I don't know that I have any career cards. I can tell you if the angels are supporting it. Do you have any career cards, Susan?
You know, someone was asking that stuff the other day. I don't know.
I may have to invest in a set. So the angels are telling you right now, it's not the right time with something new in your career yet. There's the energies aren't right yet. However, there's going to be some helpful people coming in. I'm going to see if I can get you a timing, Charlotte, on what when something new is going to go on. And so, Spirit, when is it going to be timing right for her with career next steps? Give me something decisive, please. Okay. Of course, Spirit's saying not the right time, but change a wish. It can be realized immediately. So whatever you're looking for, it doesn't seem to be in alignment with you. And Spirit's saying it's right in front of you, but you need to pay the price, right? So whatever it is, there's going to be a big price to pay. But it's available as of tomorrow, meaning that the opportunities will be there. You just got to look at whatever it is that you're asking for and kind of reformat it, reform it, rethink it, walk it through a little bit more. And then I would say come back next week and let's see if those energies have changed once you've gone within and kind of figured out what to do with your career. And I hope that makes sense to you, Charlotte. I don't have too much on the side of the uh, employment stuff, but
Career.
I will ask for a higher self guidance card too. Maybe it'll give you something that'll resonate with you. And they say the tree of wishes is calling your name. An almost forgotten wish will now come true. So perhaps what you're looking for within your career is something that you've wanted from a long time ago that maybe um, is now starting to take seed. It's at a tree, so that seed may be ready to grow into the tree. So maybe it's time for you to find that wish, go inside and think about what it was in your childhood or somewhere when you were younger that you wanted to do. And perhaps maybe that's the career place you should be. Whatever you're looking for right now is not in alignment. And Charlotte says uh, she'll be back next Monday. Yeah, her angel said not yet, right? And so they're just giving you confirmation of that.
All right, so Anna Maria said, did Mario C want to be more than friends? I'm getting a yes. I'll pull another question on that. I meant, does Mario want to be more? Yeah. So we got a yes, and then, hold on, there's one. Ray, will Amanda ever admit being a narcissist, and will she leave me alone? Okay, so a lot of things on narcissists is stop waiting on anything, because that's their game, is to leave you hanging and never give you any kind of conclusion. So send them love and light,
Breadcrumbs.
and a narcissist is a narcissist. You need to walk away and stop playing their games and not feeding into it, and stop giving them your energy. The best thing you can do with a narcissist is ignore them, silence, okay? Stop feeding into it, because that's what they love. So let's see. I know, and we both dealt with one. I dealt with one for 20 years, so.
Me too. I've dealt with one since my childhood, and then I married one. So,
So I know you're
and we both
angry, and
got freed.
I get that, but you have to let it go. You're not ever going to get that. The best thing to save your energy is to walk away. All right. And that they are unhappy people with a hole in their heart that will never get fixed, and they just like people to play their games. Okay. So, Anna, for Mario, they're saying you're going to be called to take a leap of faith. So we got the yes. It looks like they adore you. So they're head over heels. So they might just be going through some judgment and some self-evaluation right now. Okay. But there will be a renewal for this. So it's up to you whether you want to entertain that or not. Yeah. Oh, I dealt with many narcissists. So friends, family, the best thing
Oh
you
yeah.
can do is cut them off.
Oh yeah.
Cut them off because they love draining your energy. They love it.
I got to tell you later after the show. I got a text from somebody. I have no even idea why out of the blue today, and I'm just like, huh? What? Where? And it's nothing that's got to be related to me. I just don't even understand it. So
Even when I get them from my ex anymore, even when they're revolving around the kids, I don't even respond. I give it
yeah,
24, 48 hours. So you just have to let them sit with it, and even not even give them a quick response.
yeah.
So
I don't. I just sit back and relax and let them stew on it. So with
yeah.
that, we've been on for about an hour and 17 minutes. Do we have any more
Yeah, Ray, if you
questions, or
have
do we
another
want to?
question, maybe reach out to myself or Larry for a personal with the tarot, because it sounds like that might be your twin or your soulmate. So,
Yeah, you might need something a little bit deeper and a little bit more geared to just a one or two card solution. What I'd suggest is look at the $40 full. It'll be a close to 45 minutes to an hour, and we're going to dig deep into it, right? And so you just pick and choose, who you resonate with. It seems like right now you're resonating with Susan, so pick that. You know, pick up a $40 read. She's going to go through all the different energies that are in there. She's going to see what's going on with your person, what's going on within yourself, but you always got to bring it within yourself. Like if you ever watch I do a daily twin flame read, and it's not like anybody else's because I don't care what the other person's doing, right? You watch all the other twin flame readers, and they're all like, well, your person is doing this and your person's doing that. And I don't look at that because I don't really care, and neither should you, because what you have to care about is what's going around in your energies. And then
mhm.
look at what side you can do. Do I want to get to the side that I want with a positive perceived outcome, or do I want to be in the hamster wheel of karma and go back and relearn a lot of different lessons and go to that choice point and then make the same decision over and over again and expect a different result? And so I'm not going to tell you what your person's doing. I'm going to tell you what's going on in the energies around you and what choices that you can make and how do you get to that bridge. Like it'll always show you a bridge of how do you get from the karmic wheel all the way over to the outcome that you want. And that's what you always want to do within a reading. You don't really want to, we can give you some ideas of what's going on in the energies, but really you have to look at yourself and what is it that you need to heal? What are your blocks? What are the things that are preventing you from attracting that love? Because you don't want to chase it. Because when you chase it, you're in a low self-worth because you're chasing, chasing, chasing. It's better when you guys magnetically attract. And when you magnetically attract, that's when it sticks.
Well, yeah, and Larry's absolutely 100% correct. So just keep bringing it back to yourself. It is a self-love journey, and until you start aligning and self-loving and giving yourself that self-worth and self-respect and trusting the universe that they're going to bring you whoever, when you get stuck on any one person and you start chasing, you're pushing things away, as well as you're telling the universe that you don't deserve the greatest love and that you're not trusting that they're going to bring it in. So they will keep bringing you karmics and almost toxic twins to keep you triggering you until you heal that inner wound. Okay. And it is hurtful, but it will keep triggering it because they want you to keep healing it. And it's going to keep coming back until you heal it, or if you want to wait until the next lifetime. So keep surrendering and letting go of the other person and focusing on what is this bringing up in me? What is this core wound? Is it a commitment thing? Is it a boundary thing? Is it self-worth thing? That I think that there's only this one person on this planet, which is ridiculous for us. It's not. And trust the universe. If that is really your twin, then they can't lose you. They're going to keep coming back if you're tied with that red string or fate. So if anything, you're still attached in the 5D. So it's ridiculous to think that you're ever detached from them.
Right. And like Susan said, you're going to come back lifetime after lifetime. And if most of you knew how many thousands of lifetimes you're replaying the same toxic trauma of the same relationship trauma over and over again because you haven't chosen to heal. You're so comfortable in the trauma that you're afraid to change. And once you change that energy, you're one decision away. Every day, you're one decision away from moving it to the positive versus the same thing over and over again. And you really want to be back here another 1,000 more lifetimes with that same ex, that same, that same experience.
Well, and the other thing is too, we're afraid on this earlier in the journey and just say, fuck to the no, this is not what I deserve, universe. I deserve something better, and keep sending it back and be very clear and intentional about it. This is not the best, and that person is, if they're bringing any toxicity towards you or they're in and out and they're still healing, you have to keep sending them back and even send them compassion if they're still healing on their end. Absolutely. But you have to let them also detach from their energy, because when they're healing and you're trying to pull on their energy, they're not really able to heal. So make sure you're giving them that space and you're focusing on you as well as whatever else you got going on, because you could be delaying their healing as well.
Yeah, you can't heal anybody else but yourself, so why do you bother? Don't try to control it. Don't say, well, oh my God, I love him so much or love her so much that I have to heal her. We all get stuck in those traps. Trust me, in my earlier stages of that, I got stuck in those traps too, right? Because, yeah, I'm a healer. I do Reiki. I do light language. I do all this stuff. Oh, I can heal that person. No, you can't. And that's why the universe just rips you apart in the most horrendous way, because it can't go on that way. Otherwise, you're just going to go crazy and insane. And there goes another lifetime. You just wasted all that lifetime and all the time in the world. So Spirit doesn't care. You have to choose within yourself to be that person that chooses to heal, that chooses to break the karma, that chooses to do the things. And it's always a choice. So with that, please like, follow, share, and subscribe. Make sure that little bar above me, I'm pointing to it right now, except my finger's getting cut off.
Well, know that they have choice on their end too, so you can't control their choice. If they don't choose the journey or they don't choose the healing, you can't have control over that. As much as you love them, they have choice in this lifetime to stay with their karmics, to do whatever it is. So that's why you have to keep surrendering and getting into alignment. So some of them may choose it, some of them may not. So it's not up to you.
I got some
So
good names up here. I've got Taurus Third Eye Tarot. I've got Adam Hendricks, the tarot reading. Yeah, and for you guys that are tarot reading, yeah, we're not your usual tarot readers, telling crazy stories and stuff like that. We love the stories too. However, we're kind of more in your face. We kind of tell it like it is. We're not going to hold any punches because the idea is all about healing and bringing it back to yourself, not bringing it to anybody else or anybody else's energies. Yeah, there's energies there that you interact with, but
yeah,
as you control yourself, you heal yourself, and that's what we profess is always back to yourself and always back to healing. So with that,
yeah.
any more questions, or we're going to pull like maybe one last? I'm trying to think of what I wanted from a collective standpoint to pull. I think I'm going to pull a Starseed Oracle. I'm gonna pull a card from what you usually pull from,
Yeah,
because
pull
they
it.
just
Well,
happen to
and that's
come.
the thing, your person could be in a marriage. It doesn't matter. You can't make them want to get out of it. Whether it's a karmic family member, whatever, they have to choose it. So the most ridiculous thing I heard on this journey was someone was waiting for this person to leave or get out of their marriage, and they weren't getting out of the marriage. So that's just toxicity. You can want them, but if they don't choose to, you have to move on with your life.
Yeah, and I tell you, I'm giggling because one of my friends in one of the Twin Flame forums when I first started going through this journey, and he's married, his twin flame's married, and they're both waiting for the other one to take a step out. Well, I'm not going to get out of my marriage. Miserable marriages, neither one like the marriage, but I'm miserable and I'm going to stay miserable in my marriage. And why should I just move out on my own? I'm like, dude, well, you're miserable in your marriage. How are you loving yourself by being in this misery and
Mm-hmm.
complaining about it every day? And you're not taking the steps to move yourself into the journey. And you used to fight with me all the time. No, 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 you don't understand. I said, I understand just fine. You have to choose you first. Once you choose you,
Absolutely.
your person has to choose her or him, whatever. And then once you guys both choose you, then all of a sudden the magic happens if it's meant to be. It could just be,
Mm-hmm.
as you said, another catalyst. So with that, we're getting a lot of psychics in here today. I see psychic vision and
Yeah.
I can't read the rest of it here because it's cut off by the screen. I've got Psi medium, Taurus third eye. Wow, I'm getting royalty here today.
Yeah, we got Jen 1111. We got eleven
Yeah.
eleven. Heather
So
on here.
so what does universe want to tell everybody today? What is the
Yeah.
overlying message that the collective here needs to hear? And I got one. Let me get one more card. So I've got two cards. And I don't usually pull out the Starseed Oracle, but I get called to it today.
Yeah.
So the universe is saying jump in, Andromedan energy, adventure, say yes to
Nice.
change. So guess what? This is the last day of September. We're moving into October, the harvest season, right?
Mm-hmm.
October to November, everything, the harvest comes in. Jump in. Don't be afraid of the water. Jump into the water. Spirit's telling you change is upon you if you allow it. You can't be
Mm-hmm.
comfortable. Change is never comfortable. Trust the timing. Trust the wave you came on. Time is not running out. So for those of you who think time is running out, you're not getting what you meant to get, guess what? It's coming in, but you got to jump in. If you want it, you got to go for it. You can't sit on the sidelines. So what does that jumping in mean? It means go into your healing journey. Take a choice to choose yourself, and as you choose yourself, as you choose to release your trauma, as you choose to go inwards, then all the things that you want to change in this world will start to change. But you have to be patient because timing is timing. It all has to align.
You're welcome, Ray. Yeah, we'll see you on a later one. Yeah, absolutely. Let us know if these are resonating with you. They should. So every message that comes up is for the collective as well. Should have a little bit for each of you that the energies that we're pulling on. You're welcome, Ray. Have a good one. So just let us know. And Larry will be posting these on his YouTube if you want to follow on there as well. So reach out to either one of us. The replay will be put up there. And then we are on normally Monday nights. We're doing Wednesday nights, Sunday mornings, and we might switch it up here and there depending. But we're going to pretty much stick to the Monday night and the Sunday mornings. And I don't know whether the Wednesday will move to like a Thursday morning or a Friday
Yeah, we'll
morning, but
figure
we'll
it
see.
out. So keep your notifications on so you know when we are going live. And sometimes
Mhm.
individually we're going to go live. So Susan does a lot of little individual small lives during the week. You got to see her on Instagram. She has a Monday or Sunday and Wednesday on Instagram. So she does a nice little collective pull like this by herself. You should go visit that Instagram and see it. Every morning I do usually 2 reads. It's the daily love energies where I just pull up what the potential energies are for the day, and also I do a love and separation read, not your normal twin flame read, but it's a nice read. And so, like, follow, share, and subscribe. And then if you really want to get into your healing, reach out to either myself or Susan and book a Reiki or light language healing, or just a read to kind of give you where you are. And follow my YouTube channel, Silver Fox Spiritual, which is all light language. And then I have the Silver Fox Spiritual Twin Flame, which is just really more of a backup site for this for these reads and stuff that I do here, only because there's a lot of my viewers that are outside of the U.S. that can't get to TikTok. I think India, they don't allow it, and maybe in Germany, I forget, there's a couple places they just don't allow it. So I created that mirror
Instagram's
site.
more international, yeah. And I'm on SusanTeresa.com as well as Mindset Reset on Instagram, and then Susan Molyneux 888 on here and 48s on YouTube. But make sure you're following, liking, sharing. Reach out to us if you need any help or guidance, and then get on our lives if you need to. But please share, like, and let your friends know so they can get on and get a little bit of support as well. Okay. I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah, so we thank everybody for joining. If anybody has one last question, hurry up because we're about to shut down. So don't be shy. See how fast your keyboard moves, and we'll give you the 1 minute warning. And so we do thank everybody for taking their time today with us. And if you've missed the activations, they will be available on the replay on my YouTube. It'll be Silver Fox Spiritual Twin Flame on YouTube, where the replay will be. And even if you've missed the live activations, those activations will still work.
Absolutely. All right. Thank you all for joining. Have a good evening. And then we will be back on, what is tonight, Monday? So we'll be on Wednesday night, or we'll announce it. So most likely it'll be on Wednesday night around 8 o'clock-ish as well.
So have a great day.
All right. Bye. Have a good evening.
Bye.